I didn't even know about monetization when I first posted in 2011. I've gone back and removed some videos because I think today, like, you almost can't say anything.
To still be at the top 15 years later.
Everyone's got shelf life online. I grew up and then my content followed me. Now you kind of got to play the game a little bit. Competition is like super high. It was easier to blow up back then. There's certainly not as many big 5-figure deals being thrown around. Benson, how can you promote a betting company? Betting's bad. Why would I not get paid by a betting company? And I'm not telling you to go and spend all your life's money.
What challenges have you had being a creator?
I know where you live. I know where you film. I can see you.
What about the football space?
Everybody thinks if you say something positive about the football club, it's because you're getting paid. And the fact is...
George, how are you, mate?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me on. Looking forward to this chat.
Good. I'm glad you're here. You've been posting content to YouTube consistently for 15 years now. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions and millions of views. What does it take to still be at the top 15 years later?
I think you've got to be a little bit mad because creating content, you've got to think outside the box all the time, especially to be doing it this long and still be making a living off of it. But I also think, for me, it was always just about freedom. I didn't want to work for somebody. I didn't want to have a boss. I didn't want to be told what time I had to show up. Obviously, there is certain things you got to show up for. Like a football game kicks off at 8, so if I show up at 9, it's probably a bad start nowadays.
Depends how the first half goes.
Yeah, no, in Chelsea case, I might as well sleep till half time. But I think in terms of 15 years, it is a bloody long time, isn't it? It's only when you get asked that question do you realise that's half my life. Literally half of my adult life. My whole adult life. Half my life. Mad.
What age were you when you started then? You were...
17.
17?
Yeah, so I was still in school in my last year of A-levels when I should have been trying and studying and trying to get into my top university. I actually think that's the reason I'm still doing content. If we actually pinpoint it, if I'd have got into my first choice uni, then I think I probably would have ended up doing that, which would have been business management at Cardiff. Ended up at Swansea, which is significant downgrade.
I've been there. I agree.
Yeah, let's just say it's really cold there.
Yeah, that's the one.
But no, it's been amazing.
What was people's reaction when you're in secondary school and you start creating content?
I think it was cool to not like it.
Yeah.
It was certainly not seen as cool. And to be honest, when I look back on my first sort of year of making videos, I do cringe. But it's also you got to start somewhere, I didn't have any experience in front of a camera. Wasn't in front of a camera at that point. I was kind of just on a mic doing voiceovers over video games. So you couldn't see me. But I was still, every time I'd be in front of a microphone, I'd be bottling it a little bit, a bit worried. Am I going to get the words right? And if I'd mess up one word, I would restart it again. And I think over the years, I've learned that the best thing to do if you make one mistake is take the piss out of yourself a little bit. And no one cares. No one cares anyway, but it's an easy way to just get flowing straight back into the point.
Did you ever have a job?
I did. I had a couple.
Oh, yeah.
I worked at Next for a little while and I got fired.
Why?
Well, to be fair, I think this was very unfair. I had...
He's still fuming about it 15 years later.
I mean, I didn't like my boss, to be honest, which was a start. I don't think she liked me. But I had a school trip, compulsory school trip. So it was A-levels, and I had to go. So I couldn't turn up for a shift. I did warn her, but she couldn't find anyone else. So therefore, of course, it's my fault. She's not going to take responsibility. So that was that one. And then I also used to clean offices, hoovering and mopping. Sounds like something you might not want to do, but I loved it. 2 hours just gave me time to just go around, my headphones in, listening to podcasts. And here I am on one as a guest. Love it.
How long did you say since you've last been on one?
I think, do you know what? I can't even remember whose it was. We said this before. But I think it's 8 years ago. I was living in London. So yeah, about 8 years ago. Yeah.
Bloody hell. Well, so you've had 2 jobs, got fired from one of them, and you love the other one, mopping offices. But then for the 15 years that followed, creating content.
Yeah, we'll also just throw in the 2 universities I dropped out of, pulled out of into there as well.
I can see why
Failure, mate. Big time.
I can see why you're I don't want a job.
No.
So, what different types of content have you done? Because I know it's your content, like you said, it was voiceovers for video games. I know you've done travel stuff.
Yeah.
You've done FIFA pack openings. because I used to watch them about 10 years ago.
That's mad.
and then
You're that old.
yeah,
That's so
literally,
old,
I
mate.
was a child. And now you do Chelsea FC content. What else am I missing?
Yeah, you've hit it all there.
Oh, have
So
I?
it started with Call of Duty, and then all of that was kind of, I loved it because I just loved playing COD. Like I think a lot of people my age now will have grown up with like COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, and it was like the amount of hours I had on those games was horrific. Like I've actually got a dent on my head. I'm growing my hair out right now. It looks awful. But I've got the headset head, you know?
Have you actually got a
Yeah,
dent on
yeah,
your head?
for real. Proper dent in my head. I don't know if that's all true, but like, I believe it must be.
Why else would you have a dent there?
Yeah, of course. Why else would I? But no, I started with that, and then I started doing impressions. So I was doing, I realised I could, like, it's something I realised when I was a kid, I can like copy voices like almost as soon as I hear them. And I did a Family Guy impressions. And then those videos just started getting like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views out of nowhere. So I was like, okay, well, that works. Let's do a bit more of that. And then people didn't want me to be playing COD anymore. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm doing funny impressions now. And then that like went on to like chat roulette and Omegle stuff. Which people
That's
didn't
a
do.
throwback.
Mate, honestly, my Friday nights when I was about 18 were, as
Lonely?
you can imagine, just skipping copious amounts of men online to try and find someone who's willing to talk and listen to me chat shit. And that actually blew up.
So put your dick away. Listen to my Peter Griffin.
Oh, mate, honestly.
Unrelated.
I'm glad you said it, Kane. I didn't know how much detail you want me to go into, but yeah, I've seen a fair few of those, unfortunately.
Unrelated question. At what age did you lose your virginity?
You really want to know?
No, that's fine. Oh, fucking hell.
No, that blew up, to be fair. And like people are still doing all that stuff now, but I'd say like I was a bit of a trailblazer in doing that kind of content.
Okay.
Some of it was a little bit like I've gone back and removed some videos because I think today like you almost can't say anything online or just even just on the street you can't say anything because it's all like don't want to offend anyone. But I kind of maximized that quite a lot. And then it was always what I then did after, like each thing I did, I started making that content because I watched it. So when I was doing gaming content, I was watching like comedy content. And then when I was doing that content, I was watching vloggers. And I was like, shit, man, like I want to be traveling the world. I want to be going and seeing different countries and filming that and learning how to like make cinematic content and all of this stuff. So then I started doing that and I loved that. That was like, for me, that's my favorite time.
Really?
Like I love what I do now, but that was like I've been relatively well traveled. Like I was lucky enough as a kid to like go on holiday with my family and whatnot. But making content and making money whilst traveling the world was sick. And like working with tourism boards, working with Google, like doing loads of cool stuff with huge brands was probably the coolest time. But then I burnt myself out of it. Like it then became about, okay, like I've got to get this shot, got to get that shot, I've got to do this. And it's like most experiences, they're only ever the best the first time. And if I didn't capture it, I felt like I hadn't done it properly. So then I kind of like, it distorted my view of what I was doing, which was actually really cool stuff. But I was too focused on the recording and then I just didn't want to do it anymore.
I think that about streamers. The people that
Yeah.
like 24/7 streaming their lives. Like surely like after a certain point you just can't really enjoy it anymore.
I think that's what it is though, isn't it? You burn out of it. But then people, I think everyone's got a shelf life online and we won't know how long that is because it's still very early in terms of like how long people have been doing this. Like I've been going 15 years, there's people that have been going 20. But beyond that, like, if anyone tells you they've been a YouTuber 25 years, well, they're lying because the platform didn't even exist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's just about, like, I think the easiest thing that I would say is I grew up and then my content followed me. Whereas a lot of creators burn out because the audience want something that was them 4 years ago and they don't understand, or the audience want that, but then the creator's trying to, like, hold on to that. And then they can't grow up. And then they're like, shit, I'm 25 and I'm still like playing games in my room. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. But then
I
when
think
you're
Sidemen smashed that. Right.
They
Yeah.
did. They
So
nailed it.
I think of because I've always been curious. It's like, how are they going to end up? Because the content they used to do, if they done now, it wouldn't work. It would attract a different audience. But I guess I was of the age group that like loved the Sidemen content. As they've grown, they've started doing content for older. Or like they'll do drinking videos and everything now. It's like you can imagine Sidemen doing that at the start. But what do they look like in 5 years' time? What do they look like in 10 years' time when their traditional fans are in their 30s and maybe even pushing 40? Like,
I mean, realistically, like these guys have all made so much money that if they didn't want to make another video again,
I think that would be what happened.
Could.
Yeah, we're like, okay, we can't create content that's going to be good for 40-year-olds. So
I don't think any of them would.
Do you not?
Because I've met them all. I filmed with quite a few of them. JJ, Simon, like years ago. But like, they just love making content.
Yeah.
And I think like anybody who's been on YouTube for that long, like every time you see Mr. Beast, like it's relentless. Like he wants to be the biggest, he wants to be the best. And you can't just like have a day off, have a week off. If you want to have that standard, you just got to keep making content, videos, streams, shorts, whatever it is. You just got to keep going at it.
So what do you think separates the Sidemen from more or less every other YouTuber from that generation?
I think they came together at the right time, but they're also just like such unique personalities. Like I think individually you can look at each one of them and they're interesting. Do you know what I mean? And it's not all about like screaming, shouting, like Road to Shore, breaking chairs and all of that stuff. Like that is perfectly, like that fits in perfectly with maybe Josh Zerko, who's a bit more calm, a bit more collected. You know, they bounce off of each other so well. And I think that's probably what's put them at the top for so long.
Do you think there's a bit of a hack for working with other creators? Because obviously then Beta Squad copied that. And then actually that you see it popping up in all these different, it's not just YouTube, it's like all channels other than really like podcasting. So there's all these like massive collaborations happening now.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a bit of a hack? Is there something to be said? It's just like, maybe my stuff's sort of like dying out, so let me just do a crossover episode with some other people.
Kinda. I mean, I think like the way that sharing content used to be, like it used to be like a big deal if someone would like your video. And I remember like it was almost addictive, the dopamine hit you get from like having everyone had their channels connected to Twitter. So that when someone liked your post who you followed, it would ping up with a notification. And then those tweets would obviously get retweets, shares, be re-seen and whatever. And that would genuinely have a huge impact on viewing numbers, which was epic. Like if I saw like a big account or a big channel would like my video, I knew it was going to take off. So I think that kind of element of helping each other out, quote unquote, was good. But then the way that the algorithms changed and everything, it needed to be more in-person, authentic. And I think that's kind of the way that the content space like grew out, especially in the niches that I was in. It became more about that like authentic, in-person connection that people had on camera, as opposed to just like, oh, who's in that group and who likes each other's stuff there. And it became less about like algorithm stuff and more about like the actual relationships on camera that the audience could feed into.
So once you stopped your travel content, did you then go into FIFA gaming again? Or
No,
did you go straight to Chelsea.
That was
I have a question for you, Kane.
Okay.
What is your favourite thing in the world?
I can't say that on air.
Second favourite thing in the world?
Also can't say that on air.
Third?
Doing this podcast.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm really, really glad. But what is your least favourite thing about doing this podcast?
Production, editing.
Well, look, if you look at any of the top podcasters in the world, your Joe Rogans, your Stephen Bartlett, your Chris Williamsons, any of these guys, they all have videographers, they have studios, they have people doing their copy, they probably have people polishing their shoes in the background, right? There is a tool, Riverside.fm, which can do all of those things except polishing the shoes at an extremely high standard without the cost. It is the best video quality for any form of virtual recording. It also has AI tools to help you with things like show notes, titles, and even clipping up your episode into social media clips.
What's unbelievable is when you actually do the interview, whilst you're in the interview, it's already running. So as soon as you're finished, the social media clips are ready. You've got a transcript ready. You've got your titles done. And now it's a hosting site. So you can upload to Apple and Spotify directly from Riverside. So you only actually need one subscription to have a podcast.
That's a seriously good software, if you ask me. There is a link in the description. You'll get yourself 15% off, or you can just try it for free. And I'm even going to put a funky QR code on the screen.
You're going to.
Do you know why? Because I'm saving time on all the other stuff because I've got Riverside.fm.
The original channel, which had 1 million subscribers on it, I kept trying to transition different content to make it work there. But the audience, like I said, they wanted what they subscribed for, which was the comedy, FIFA, Call of Duty. So when I started...
Look at me in Zanzibar. Like, no, I want to watch you play COD.
Never went there, but I'd like to. I might get back into it now. But like, people just didn't want to see that. And I was like panicking. I'm like, I've got 1 million subscribers there. Like, how do I keep this going? How do I reinvigorate this? And the mistake I made, and this is an awful mistake, I deleted the vlog channel. So it doesn't even exist on YouTube anymore.
The one with 1 million subscribers?
Yeah, it was some dreadful advice that I was given. I was told that if I removed it, the links would die, so that when like brands were searching for me and agencies were searching to try and like get me work through vlogging and doing all the travel stuff, they were like, he's not posted for 5 months. They weren't seeing the new content on the 1 million subscriber channel, if that makes sense. It was kind of complex, but at the time I just listened to that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Didn't seek a second opinion, deleted that channel. And then, of course, because people weren't subscribed to the main Herder of Buffalo channel, it was called. They didn't want vlogs.
Oh, that's a memory. Fucking hell.
And I spelt it wrong too, which is hilarious. So there's probably like 1 million people that are now probably 25 years old who think that that's the way it's spelled. It's not.
Herder of Buffalo. Fucking hell. That's
that
a
come
childhood
from?
memory, that. Jesus.
Mate, honestly, it was just like a silly little thing on Call of Duty, and I didn't anticipate having a big YouTube channel. So I made it my PSN, and then I was like, nah, screw it, I'll call my channel that, whatever. But long story short, like I couldn't reinvigorate that channel. So then I was kind of just sat there in a pickle, like I've got all these subscribers, but the content I want to make, nobody wants to flip and watch it. So what the hell do I do? So I actually just took like 4 months off, and it was in a kitchen in Sweden, funnily enough. I was just sat there and I'm like, I don't want to get a flipping job, but I ain't making any money off my videos right now. Football. That'll never get boring. Let's go.
And was that straight into Chelsea content, or was that then gaming, FIFA sort of content first?
No, that was straight into Chelsea.
You did do FIFA gaming content,
Yeah,
right?
so that came...
I'm not losing my mind.
No. So I did that whilst I was doing the travel content.
Right.
That was actually wild, to be fair. Like how I managed to keep both of those things going whilst daily vlogging and traveling, I don't know. But I did. Because I had youthful energy back then, mate. Asked me to do that now, I'm like, nah, sorry.
Right. So then you went, okay, Chelsea, big Chelsea fan. How long have you been doing the Chelsea content?
6 years now.
6 years. Yeah. And how does football club fan content, how is it different from other football content or gaming content? How does it differ, and what's unique about it as a form of content?
I think what's unique about it is the conversation that you have, even if you're not like responding to every single comment. The results of the team obviously impact the energy of the videos, which as a Chelsea fan means that it's just a constant roller coaster and fluctuation of emotions. But I think the thing I love about it the most, and the comment I get a lot, is that people feel like when they watch my video, I'm articulating their thoughts, which is a really nice thing because, you know, obviously if Chelsea win, I'm happy, but not everybody, you know, they might be watching it from another country who don't have friends who like football. So they come to my channel to kind of...
relate.
Yeah, and it's almost like conversational, even though it's just me talking.
I mean, I do the
That
same
makes
thing. I listen to a Leeds United podcast so I can relate to the opinions.
Exactly.
It makes a lot of sense.
And I love it because like football has been, even when I was doing all of the other YouTube stuff, I was still watching every Chelsea game. I was going to all the games, home and away, Europe, whilst doing all of that stuff. And like,
seriously juggling.
mate, honestly, I don't actually understand how I had any time to do anything else. And I was going out on the piss like Friday, Saturday every week as well.
Phenomenal.
Were you doing all of your own editing and everything?
Yeah, so I had one guy work with me for a while, Simon, great guy, and he kind of understood what I wanted to do, but with the vlogs, like I couldn't let anyone touch them. It was like, it was my pride and joy. I was like, if one little thing was off, I'd be like, no. And it's like, well, the time it would take me to explain to someone what I want, I could just do it myself. and cost save as well. So I liked editing the vlogs. It was kind of just like, well, that was my day. Package it, put it out there. Oh, that was good. Feedback loop, repeat. You know.
Fair play.
Yeah.
What do you think are the biggest differences in content from when you started to now? 15 years is a long time, George. What's changed?
I think now you kind of got to play the game a little bit. Like back then, it was just like now I see YouTube as a science, right? Like everyone talks about the algorithm, but for me now, it's like every video I've uploaded has given me data in my brain, like what works, what doesn't work. And sometimes I might want to wake up and not post. Or sometimes I might just have like a crazy idea, but I'm like, well, I think that's a good idea, but is it actually a good idea for YouTube? Do you know what I mean? So nowadays, I think you kind of have to play the game. And I think it's difficult now to branch out from what you're bracketed as. So I think people have got to be very smart when it comes to how they package up their content, what you post, how often you post, and what people expect from you. Because I've been fortunate enough to be able to like deviate out of various niches and make the next thing work. And I don't necessarily think that was always because I had an audience before. I've just like, as soon as I don't want to do something, I just stop. I don't like, I wonder if it's should I do it for a few more months and slowly ease into that? No, like if you're not doing that, do this. And I think you've got to be brutal with yourself, but then go fully down that path and make everything about that.
I guess there's so many creators now that you can't really not have a niche. Because it's like, why would I come and listen to you talk about 4 different things, like 5 out of 10, when I can just go and listen to 5 other creators that only do that thing really well?
Yeah.
That's got to be really hard. I don't like, we haven't been in it long enough for that to affect us yet. But I can see it's like when you're sort of bored of your thing. I guess it's like musicians, right? You go to a concert and they're like, I'm sick of playing this song. And you've got a stadium full of people going, no, sing the song.
Yeah.
Like, sing the one everyone's here for. It's like, I can see why that must be fucking miserable eventually.
Do you know, like, there's a thing I've done. It's kind of just a pointless exercise. Sometimes I do have a lot of time on my hands. But like,
Not like in the old days.
No, not like the old days. Just think about anything. It could be like painting wooden tables. Guarantee someone's posted something on YouTube about it. That's wild. Like in 2026, I could be almost certain that anything you can think about has got at least like 20 videos posted about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is good and bad. Because it means that everyone's focus, whether it's on this or a laptop or a TV, is on the platform, which is great. But it certainly means competition is like super high.
I'm guessing that's a big thing from 15 years ago to now, right? Is that the competition's changed massively?
It was easier to blow up back then.
Yeah?
I mean, technically now shorts is like an easy way to do it. I've never really liked shorts because I've just been long form my whole life. So I kind of look at it as like, what are you
New
guys
kid on
doing
the block.
over there?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I've got into it a bit now, but like only began to play the game. Like you have to evolve. You have to deal with the new things that come in instead of complaining about them. But yeah.
They always get a boost as well. It's like whatever the new thing is that the platform just spent like millions of dollars in research and development, like they always boost it.
Yeah, like Instagram when they started doing polls. You start putting a poll on your post. Funny how it goes up by 40% views and engagement. Like, of course, Instagram is going to push that. So you gotta play the game.
What about financially? How have things changed in the way the financials work around YouTube and content from 15 years ago to now?
There's certainly not as many big 5-figure deals being thrown around. That's for sure. Some of the travel ones were amazing.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Like in terms of the amount of money that was made and could be made, some of the travel deals were just outrageous. Tourism boards, they were throwing serious cash at creators. And I mean, like even Bali, for example, like I did a Bali series with a mate of mine, and I was doing daily vlogs that probably got about 1 million views total. And he was doing like bigger, long videos that he'd spend a lot more time on. They got 1 million views. And then the places that we then went to 6 months later had like selfie podiums that you had to pay for. And like that, especially in the travel world, travel boards and tourism boards and governments are realizing that this is like super lucrative to increase people coming in and out of countries and islands and whatever. So that was a good time.
What was your best deal?
Travel Alberta
Ooh.
in Canada. Mate, if you've never been to Alberta in Canada, write it down.
They still sponsor you, do they?
I wish they were, mate, because that was a great deal. But it was also just like an amazing experience. Like I had these flippers on my feet and I was in a helicopter and I landed in 20 foot of snow on top of a mountain. And I got paid to do it. Like, you're having a laugh. Like, what is that? Like, that's mental.
What's the most amount of money you earned from a brand deal?
That one. Actually, no, that one was 1K less than the Coca-Cola deal.
How much did Coca-Cola pay you?
£25,000 twice.
For one video?
No, for multiple videos. So I guess actually for one video, Travel Alberta was the most. That was 24.
God,
Just for a single vlog.
Yes. And I also did daily vlogs as well on that trip. I actually don't know. I have to check and see if it's so long after that contract, if you're even allowed to put that in.
Yeah.
I hope you were, because like I don't mind saying it, but I don't know if I'm actually allowed to.
Just make sure
Sorry.
you text us and tell us if
Yeah,
you
no,
need
I
to
will.
take it out.
I will. Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Fucking hell.
Yeah, very cool.
Because then you also get paid to do all of the shit at
Yeah.
the same time.
And I'm doing that, but that was like,
Yeah.
that's why the travel vlogging thing burnt me out, because I was like, these are experiences that most people never do in their life. Not only am I getting paid to do it, but now I kind of like, it became a blur. And like, I didn't feel like I was actually experiencing it, which was kind of like it seems like a weird thing, and people be like, oh, what are you moaning about? But
Yeah.
like, no, it's true. Like, it's sometimes difficult.
It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and
Yeah.
it's like through the peephole
Yeah.
in the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like being at football. Like, people are like, oh, why are you filming yourself at the football? I'm like, mate, trust me, my eyes have not left the pitch. I know how to hold a camera. I don't need to look at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Very fair. So, do you think those sort of brand deals are still happening in the travel space now for
Yeah.
the size of
For the top
content?
guys.
Is that what it's become? Do you feel? Is it become less? There's less food for 90% in the top 10%.
I'd say
taking it
no,
all?
actually. I'd say
No?
no. I think the top 5% will probably be getting the big deals. But I think, particularly in the travel space, I think there's a lot of smaller creators that, for example, you might be a food creator within travel, and they will still like. There's these audiences are so dedicated that you could probably have like a 40,000 subscriber channel, which subscriber count means nothing. It's just a vanity metric. But like, those people will still be getting good deals. But again, I think obviously there are some people that are just like on another planet when it comes to like virality potential, content quality, and the profiles that they have. Like Sam Calder, for example, I'm sure you know
Heard the
who
name.
he is. Incredible creator. But like, even him being associated to something is valuable to that brand, you know? So yeah, I think the scalability of it, if you're a top guy now, you're doing good.
We thought there was two reasons brands done brand deals, which was brand awareness and conversions. We realised there's three. It's brand awareness, conversions, and association.
Yeah.
And if you're a famous person, you've got a massive reputation, you can charge a lot for association. To the point, certain creators won't promote a brand directly, but they'll be like, you can be associated with me. And then you'll see signposts with them on it. It's like, I've seen, for example, CFI as a trading platform. We've got Lewis Hamilton all over their branding. Lewis Hamilton's never opened CFI in his life, but he is the face of the trading brand. You're like,
Yeah.
I wonder how much he's been paid to just do a photo shoot.
Mate, I was on the way here. I saw like Rio Ferdinand's face all over some like property thing in Dubai Hills.
On like Shakeside Road, it's like property company. There's like Khabib. Then there's like Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Then it's like Rio Ferdinand. And they're all just like developments. It's like,
Yeah, association has become, I think, a massive part of what people are doing, and I think UGC is a large part of that. You've had some campaigns where brands are essentially paying you to record content that you're not even posting.
Yeah, and you've been a part of it.
Yeah, I know. I've been an extra.
Absolutely. No, you did a great job, apparently.
No,
they
good
did
stuff.
it again. So
George doesn't think so, but apparently somebody
Apparently,
else
yeah,
does.
he thought it was crap.
Apparently you did it right.
But yeah, it's really interesting to see how brand deals have changed over time. Do you feel there's any other differences? You said the money in the travel space, which is still great, has always been there, it seems. The tourism boards I know still do a lot now. What about the football space? How has that changed over the last 6-7 years?
I mean, I think it's so competitive now. Like when you look at, for example, the top 6 clubs just out, because I don't really follow too many others outside of that. There's multiple creators for multiple different clubs. And over the course of time, I think brands have been, they've made themselves aware from their own errors, really, that you can't just throw stupid money at something without actually having the data to see how successful it was. And you mentioned conversions, obviously such a huge thing for all brands. They want to be able to see an ROI.
Yeah.
So I think now it's incredibly competitive. But again, like there is enough interest still in the influencer. I don't like the term influencer, but it is influencer marketing.
Yeah.
There is enough understanding now that I think pretty much all brands in all sectors have got an allocated budget for that. But it's very competitive.
How do you, as a creator in the football space, make yourself a good proposition for a brand? Both before, in terms of your content, so the brands will come to you, but then once you have the deal, so that they renew and so you attract more brand deals.
I think the content has got to be organic to what your audience want. And I think a lot of brands, they want everything to be either scripted, which if anyone comes to me with a script, I'm like, it's probably not a good idea. Let me just kind of deviate away from it naturally, and I can almost guarantee you'll get a better result. But some brands don't want that. And then I guess like it's always the same conversation, like is the amount of money correct? Does it align with me? For example, betting. People say to me all the time, like, Benson, how can you promote a betting company? Betting's bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I bet myself. So why would I not get paid by a betting company? And I'm not telling you to go and spend all your life's money. I'm sorry, I'm not. I know that's controversial. I know some people might take that out of context. But again, I think the betting companies that do the best are the ones that allow the creators to come up with the creative. As opposed to just being like, go on.
Free
do
spin.
this. Yeah.
I remember when we spoke to you for the first time about partnerships, about potentially bringing you something, and said, would you work with alcohol and betting brands? And you said, well, I'm an alcoholic gambler, so absolutely I would.
That's not true. I'll let down the lens. That was just pure comedy inside.
Yeah, pure comedy.
But no, but it's true though. I do drink alcohol.
Yeah.
And I do gamble.
Yeah.
Not excessively, but like
Professionally. You know.
I don't gamble, I invest.
That's a good one. That. But no, like then of course I'm going to promote something that I naturally do myself.
I
And
respect that.
Yeah, no, I think
Because most
go,
people just they just lie because they think it looks good.
Yeah, no, I think this is like it's fair enough. Like people don't like me doing it. Okay, don't go and sign up then. Like flipping heck, mate. It's not.
You don't
like,
have to have a £10 free bet.
It's your choice.
Free bet.
So what's the URL?
What was the first video you made where you got paid meaningfully and you're like, there's something here?
Ooh. It would have been. I remember I first got monetized when I can't remember how many subscribers I had, but it was about maybe 10 months after making content. And this is honest truth, I didn't even know you could make money when I first started. I didn't even know about monetization when I first posted in 2011. But I think it was one of the Family Guy videos got like 200,000 views in 2 days, which at the time was about half of my total views for my channel. And then I was like, wow, I was like 100 and something pounds, which it was awful CPM, but it was short video. And then I was like, okay, that's quite nice. Like less Hoover in offices and more videos, please. Like this is good. Yeah, is that one of those?
That's insane. 2011.
Yeah, that is. I was 11 years old. That is
Mate, that's
absolutely
mad.
crazy.
Now we go to the club together.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? Jesus. Who would have thought? Not 11-year-old Ash.
What challenges have you had being a creator?
Money management, for a start.
How so?
I love spending money.
Nice.
Like my whole life so far has been about like, what do I want to do? Okay, do it. Like my freedom has always been like my underlying goal. Like not having timetables, not having schedules. I hate planning. Like even today, messaging you, I was like, no, I've got a plan because this is your thing. It's not my thing. If this is my thing, I'd probably be an hour late, which is awful. I'm just
said we were an hour late.
15 minutes. But no, I think the challenge for me has been about like managing. I can show up for a camera anytime, any day. I can do what I do with my eyes closed, no problem. But like actually managing myself is harder, in all honesty.
Do you think that's massively harmed you though, your approach to being like, I just want to be free, I just want to do what I want? Or do you think that's actually helped, maybe with the content, maybe in coming across authentic?
I think it's like, I'm 31 now, and like now I can actually say I want to calm down, which is brilliant for the content, because all I want to do now is make videos, which you'd think after 15 years that wouldn't be the case. But when I was traveling around the world, I wanted to be going out partying, which obviously then if I'm like, then I can't be filming videos because like I'm off my head. You know what I mean?
Can't or won't.
Both. But no, I feel like now, like I'm way more sensible with myself. Like I don't have this itch to go and do this or see this, and I'd rather be here than there. Like no, right now I love making videos more than ever. I'd say.
Good.
I would say like I had more fun with the travel stuff because it was crazy. But like in terms of like actually loving being like locked into an office room and get my blue lights on and yes guys, let's go. Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of live streaming now. You've got the Shootout channel, and then you're also posting pre-recorded content still. How do the content types differ? What do you prefer? What do you think's more? What's making you more money? What's easier to monetize? What are the differences?
Live streams are great. And particularly now Eunice and I do it together, I much prefer it because sitting there by yourself for 3.5 hours is long. And like I was getting exhausted after those, especially when you're in Thailand and the game kicks off at 1:30 in the morning. And you're there an hour and a half before kickoff, and then you're streaming till 4. I was dead, mate.
And then you record a video straight afterwards.
Well, that's easy because then it's like, well, the lights are already on my face. Then the video's second nature because the stream was, that was the taxing bit. And then the video is just live edit, done, straight upload. Streaming's fun because then you've got that live engagement. You know what people are saying. Like, you know, I've had a couple of examples where I've either, you know, gone a little bit off course and then I've been like reeled back in by either Eunice or the people in the comments or whatever. Streaming's really fun, but it is a bit draining physically.
How do you think the future of YouTube looks with streaming? Do you think it will become an even bigger part of content?
I think so. I think that authentic fan engagement is what is keeping people, I think, alive on the platform right now. I think personally you have to be doing everything, streaming, shorts, and long form videos. Like even now, like what is it, 13th of January? I've only just started doing shorts properly from the start of this month. And I've already got more views this month than I would average over the whole month normally. So it's clearly working. Something's clearly going right.
Yeah.
Also, Chelsea sacking managers left, right, and centre, which also helps. But you know, like I think you've got to understand like what you can do. Like for example, shorts. I was filming it and sending it to an editor, and then I'm like, oh, I don't understand shorts. I don't get it. Well, of course you don't get it because you're not even doing the whole process. The creative process is the filming, is the editing, is the scripting, and then the posting. So now I've started doing it all myself. I understand it more because my head's constantly in that frame of content. And I think that's how I've been able to, even in 2 weeks, elevate that side of it, which all boosts each other.
It must be so hard because it's like, you know you're going to do it better than everyone, but I suppose it gets to the point that you get so busy, like, fuck, I need some help here. And then like, how do you hand over your baby?
I think for me, it's not that. Like I find, and this is why I said earlier, when you make a mistake, take the piss out of yourself because editing disappears then. What you got cut out if you already kind of like rolled with it and then the next sentence rolls off the tongue, and even if it's like, you know, getting back to the point, whatever. Like, I think confidence that people have on camera is about being able to own up to instant error. And I think that eliminates so much time. Like as soon as I got rid of like trying to seek perfection in every piece of content, then it saves editing time and then I can keep doing it all myself.
We're in a time now where every content creator as well, if you ask what do you need to do to create good content, will probably say authenticity in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
So it's now more than ever that's working. Maybe 10 years ago it might have been a bit different where it was like, oh, it needs to be perfectly cut. But now there's so much perfectly cut content out there. Actually, the stuff which is raw and real seems to be performing a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I think like, especially like Football Space, for example, someone like Chris MD, for example, fantastic creator.
Oh, yeah.
Immaculately edited videos. Those videos smash it. Like he's the leader in the Football Space. But then you've also got somebody like Ellis Platten, Away Days, who I'm sure you know,
Yes,
big Leeds
yeah,
fan. His content is amazing because it is just very real, organic, funny, but not like overly edited. There's just a real like solid narrative, and he follows it, and people love him. I love watching his videos. He's one of my favourite people to watch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought twice about uploading something because you think, oh, that could ruin a relationship, or I might lose access to somebody?
Honestly, no. And I think especially in the football space, like nowadays, like everybody thinks, like there's a phrase going around called brown envelope, which is obviously like if you say something positive about the football club, it's because you're getting paid. And the crazy, crazy thing is that this whole idea has become believable by so many people. Like people actually think if I say something positive about Chelsea, it's because Chelsea are paying me to say it. Like, and the fact is, it's not even close to being true. But like people, I think, are a little bit worried about that because there are people that are trying to constantly shoot you down in the space. I couldn't care less. I think it's hilarious, especially if you go on Twitter. Like I put something up I don't really use Twitter anymore because I'm too old. I put something up today about Simeone, Diego Simeone.
Yeah.
I said he's the most Chelsea manager who will never manage Chelsea.
Yeah.
People are losing their heads at me. I'm like, sorry, what's wrong with you? Like, how can you be so offended? Why are you swearing at me? Bro, like, this is not... I don't get offended by this. I'm worried for you.
Yeah.
I'm worried about these people.
Why are you so upset?
Yeah, what are you so sad and angry about? It's actually cooked, bro. Some people, like I love everybody who watches my stuff, but Twitter, people need to relax.
Horrible place to be.
Horrifying. I'm sure in all niches too, not just the football one,
yeah.
but I think football is the most toxic.
I feel like it doesn't matter what piece of content you post, someone will find a way to hate on
Yeah.
it. Like you could do a
Yeah.
piece of content helping people, and then straight away the comments are like, yeah, but why'd you record it? Why didn't you do it without? You're like, fucking hell. Any chance? Just how about we appreciate something nice? But
You've got to have a thick skin to do this.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
You can't take all of it to heart.
there's a very good quote. I think it was from David Goggins, which is "You'll never meet a hater doing better than you," which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Because if you come across anyone who's doing what you're doing but at a higher standard, I don't think anyone will ever talk down on you when they can
Yeah.
see you trying to build yourself up. The only people that ever talk down on you are the people that are jealous of where you are or just irrelevant.
Yeah, you've got too much time on your hands if you can spend your whole time, life trying to put someone else down. Like, surely you should be doing something that you want to do. Like, where's the value in constantly trying to shoot somebody else down who's probably where you want to be? That's 9 times out of 10, that's what it is.
Have you ever struggled with hate at all?
No, the one time somebody was like sent a letter to my nan's house, I didn't like that. That was serious.
That's a bit.
Yeah, no, that was bad. Other than that, like mentally, no. Like it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Like I'd say in terms of like hate and whatnot, people will hate that I'm saying this because it's true. I laugh. The amount of fun I have, like talking to Georgie, my partner, about like someone saying this, and then I'll be like, 2 videos later, I'll be like, he's even more pissed off now. I find it so funny. Like, genuinely. There's 2 ideas I've had for like a spin-off channel. Reading comments or reading 1-star Google reviews. I think that would be so great. I piss myself.
Let's do it.
Do you want to
Let's go.
Reading 1-star reviews is so funny because when you realise, like, half of them, people, they haven't even been to the restaurant. They're just angry. They see like, oh, I don't like that name. Don't like the sign outside. What are you doing?
Tell us about the letter.
Oh, so it was, I think I got DOSed. You know, is it called
Yeah,
DOS when someone takes your internet thing down? And like this guy just kept doing this over and over again. And they sent me a letter which went to my nan's house, which she opened because it wasn't even in an envelope. It was like, I know where you live. I know where you film. I can see you. I was like, this is proper weird. Because my office, my nan don't live there anymore, so easy. But like, my dad converted her garage for me. And I lived with my nan when I was like, before I went to uni. And I was filming in the garage. And like, you could see, like, if you knew I was there, you could see quite clearly with all these bright lights like we've got in here that someone's doing something. And these were like the chat roulette days when I was up until 4 a.m, like waiting to get reactions from Americans online. So like, if you knew, it was obvious that I was in there making videos. But like, I don't understand. Again, it's just pointless hate. It's like, oh, try and get a reaction out of someone. Okay, I've got him now. I've sent a letter through his letterbox. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's creepy.
Yeah, very weird.
Do you have any regrets from your time as a content creator? Anything you look back on and be like, oh, I wish I'd done this differently? Anything that cost you a lot of money? Any of these sort of things?
Definitely deleting the channel.
I figured that would probably be
that's a good one.
Like that, honestly, like it hurts. Because I don't even have over half of the videos saved.
Really?
Yeah. And that's like 47 countries of travel.
Oh, of course, it's all travel content, isn't it?
Yeah, like that's peak. I hate that.
Yeah.
I regret that so much. But I was kind of like in a panic at the time because I wasn't making very much money. The brand deals had totally dried up because the views on the channel I tried to post it on just were awful because no one wanted to watch it there.
And they were not good on the Herd of Buffalo channel because
Nah,
it was a
didn't
difference
work.
in content.
And then the brand agencies that were working with me would obviously go to the vlog channel, which hadn't been posted on for months, and they're like, oh, George, don't do it anymore. And it wasn't showing on Google search or anything. So I basically shot myself in the foot.
Man.
But like I had 1 million subscribers there. Like I wanted to do something with it. And in the end, I just had to be like, no, well, that channel's deleted and that channel is dead. I still have the plaques to show for it.
Yeah.
But if you want to like change your content, unless you've got an actual strategy to do that properly, you can't just throw it all there. Better just start something else and just start fresh.
I did hear Hormozy talk about that actually, because he had years of just like gym content, and then when he wanted to know it was the business guys, I basically just disappeared from the internet for a year, and then just come back on completely different channels. I'm this guy now.
I mean, some people can do it. Like who's that guy?
I mean, you've done it, no? You've done
that's
very
exactly what you've
Yeah,
done.
I guess so. But like, who's that guy? Steve will do it.
Yeah.
Like he just did a comeback the other day.
Really?
Yeah, like millions of views, bro.
Yeah.
Like some people can just dip out. Like Sidemen, perfect example. Any of them took a hiatus, like Rotorshaw. Guy don't post on his channels anymore.
No.
But best believe he gets 1 million views the moment he does.
Yeah.
Like absolutely easily.
What do your haters get right about you?
That I'm a flip-flop. When in the footballing sense. But like I stand by this and I will die on this sword, right? If Chelsea win, I'm happy. If Chelsea lose, I'm not. I post if we win and I post if we lose. So if you want to decipher that and call me a flip-flop, you're spot on. But guess what? I don't care about being called a shoe. Like, I don't care, bro. I'm 31 years old. I've got a beautiful girlfriend. I live in Dubai. I see the sunshine every day. And you call me a flip-flop, you're spot on.
You're just wearing them.
Spot on. I'm just wearing them every day, mate. Like, it is what it is. Like, I couldn't care less.
Is there a take that you've held on air for a long time and now you go, actually, I was wrong?
There must be a few.
There's definitely...
I know you said you've slagged off a player relentlessly and then you got in the same elevator as them.
Yeah, no, that was a bad one. That was Rob Sanchez. He's a good goalkeeper now. But he wasn't. But this is what I mean. Like, this is why I love football. Because one game or 1 month, it is like that. Then it's not. And like, I'm not hiding. If Chelsea start losing, I'm still posting. If Chelsea win, I'm still posting.
It's mad. And literally a couple of weeks you go from, manager's about to get sacked with the worst team in the world. It's like, best manager, we're going to Europe.
But like that's what being a football fan's all about for me. Like I love that constant ebb and flow of being a fan, and like the team that I support, I've watched us win a lot of trophies, which I'm very blessed to be able to have seen and done and say. But like flipping heck, man, like people are too busy trying to catch me out.
Yeah.
For like I don't care.
Every football fan does it.
Don't care.
It's quite a compliment though, isn't it? It's like, you've consumed so much of my content. You remember what I said 6 months ago.
People are like piecing together, like, but you do remember on the 5th of November? I was like, yeah, probably, mate. Yeah,
it sounds like me.
That sounds like me.
5th of November, George sounds like an idiot.
Quite often, I sound like an idiot. I won't lie. No, I like to sometimes go with extravagant takes. Like you might have noticed this sometimes in like a preview or in a watch along. I'll be like, he's going to score in a minute, and then no one remembers 10 minutes later when he doesn't, but when he does, best believe I'm going to keep reminding everyone that I just said he's going to score. I do that a lot.
That's the 8th time you've said it this stream. You're going to be right eventually.
And like to be honest, I don't have like a definitive answer to that question, Kane, to be honest. Like, I don't, it's not like, no, I don't even want to bring up anyone else's. Because, like, why am I going to shit on someone else on a podcast that's
Very
just
fair.
supposedly about me?
Yeah. Have you had any beef with Chelsea players because of your content?
No, I haven't. But, like, again, I live in Dubai. Like, if I was living in Kensington or in Chelsea, and I was frequenting in, you know, popular clubs or cafes, probably. But, like, I don't. So
Yeah.
no,
Other
not
side of
really.
the world, mate. Can't get you out of
Not
here.
really. No.
Look, you're a granddad in this space, George.
Well,
In
cheers.
the nicest way possible. And that is a compliment. But
Thank
if
you.
someone's looking to be where you were 15 years ago, there's a 17-year-old out there looking to make content, whether it's travel content, impressions, football, whatever it is. Without being generic, what's one piece of genuine advice you'd give them you think would help them beat the competition?
One piece of advice that isn't generic.
Yeah, don't
I
tell me
can't
to
say
be
the
authentic
word
or consistent.
authentic or... No, do you know what? I think you've actually got to love what it is you're talking about.
Passion.
Because if you don't, people will see straight through it. If you're going into something because you think it's like... Maybe you've done some research on CPMs, right, on YouTube, which is like how much money you get per 1,000 views. Maybe you've seen that Cars does really well. But you don't care about cars, but you see that it makes money and you want to be a YouTuber. Don't go talking about cars. Talk about painting tables if you like painting tables. Because it's easier to get to the top of whatever it is you want to talk about when you love it. Like, I love Chelsea. So it's easy for me to turn up and talk about Chelsea every day. Whether we're winning, losing or drawing, I want to talk about Chelsea. I'll talk about it to the flipping Dubai 1962 book next to me if I had to. If I had no pals. You know what I mean? Like, you have to care about what it is you're doing.
It sounds like what you're saying is be authentic.
See, this is how I made a career for 15 years, because I can talk for 15 minutes about something that really only needed 30 seconds.
That's it, guys. Be consistent and authentic and you'll be successful.
Boom.
Wicked. George, great to have you on, mate.
Thank you. Pleasure. Thank
Let's,
you for having me.
let's grab a pint.
Yeah, my coffee's run out. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
It's been a great chat.